Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advertisements,
of your breakfast show on Leadership Television inside Nigeria. Today is Wednesday, October 30, 2024, and my name is Winifred Ubebo, your host on this set of Inside Nigeria. On today's program, we are just going to be looking at front headline stories of some selected newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential leadership. We go with leadership. Let's see what leadership is leading with this Wednesday. Leadership says fuel crises hold marketers responsible for long queues. Dangote. Fuel crisis hold marketers responsible for long queues. Dangote says refinery ready for 30 million liters daily supply. Again, NNPC raises pump price. Adjustment due to market dynamics. Marketers. Ghana eyes fuel imports from Dangote refinery. These are kickers to the headline story. Fuel crisis hold marketers responsible for long queues, coming from Dangote. Other stories gracing the cover are scores killed in Edo court war. Sonala Olumense writes on U.S. election for leadership. Reps probe member over assault on boat driver. Nigerian Observer honors Iradia, Momo, Obagbena, others. Of course, we have the picture of that on the in inside paper of leadership, inside pages of leadership, and that takes us slowly and gradually towards the masthead why Nigeria deserves UN Security Council seat. Biden. The story is on page 6 of leadership. Of course, it's everywhere. It's on the front cover of other stories today, of other papers today, that the U.S. President Joe Biden did call our own President Bola Tinubu on phone, talking about the UN Security Council seat and for the release of the Binance chief executive. On the business buzz, only Lagos Rivers can generate substantial IGR budgets. Only Lagos Rivers can generate substantial IGR budget. That takes us to the stories above the masthead. Will restore power to North in 5 days. TCN. Kano approves 71,000 naira minimum wage. Most states are actually approving minimum wage above the federal government's 70,000 naira minimum wage. That's a good one. Kudos to some of these states. From the cover of leadership, we move to the inside page, specifically our stand, where we have lawmakers and drug abuse allegations. Today's editorial is also what this day editorial is all about. Recently, claims of drug abuse by 7 lawmakers have been insightful. The allegations were instructive as they came from what could pass as authoritative voices. Senator Kawu Sumaila, in one of his comments, alleged that some of his colleagues were abusing hard drugs. He said politicians allowed the use of hard drugs in their homes and offices, claiming that senior politicians support drug dealers. Second part, 2 paragraphs from our stand today, lawmakers and drug abuse allegations. Of course, it's an editorial you want to read more on and find out what it's all about. From our stand, we move to the back page where we have guest column with Abidemi Adebamiwa. And today's column is on a bold plan to crush inflation in Nigeria. Time to act is now. In quote, whistleblowers must be protected, not punished. Encourage more Nigerians to come forward and expose corruption without fear. End quote. And that is a snippet from the guest column with Abidemi Adebamiwa on a bold plan to crush inflation in Nigeria. Time to act is now. With that, we conclude review of Leadership newspaper this midweek. For more, log on to the website of Leadership, www.leadership.ng. From Leadership, we move over to the next paper on our lineup today, and that is Daily Sun. Daily Sun says Dangote raises alarm as fuel price rises to 1,025 naira. Dangote raises alarm as fuel price rises to 1,025 naira. NNPCL accused of not buying Dangote products. The story is on page 3 of Daily Sun. FCCPC demands efficient, effective online services from banks. Tinubu launches 2025 Armed Forces emblem. Federal government now security agencies donate 750 million naira. Shettima charges editors to be watchdogs, allies in nation building. Federal government to draft authors of cybercrime book into committee on national policing policy. And towards the masthead of Daily Sun, Sanwo-Olu alleges plans to arrest, prosecute him after tenure, sues EFCC. Beside the masthead of Daily Sun, Niger Assembly alleges bandits take over of military camp, sack of 23 communities. I'll take that once again. Niger Assembly alleges bandits take over of military camp, sack of 23 communities. That is quite weighty. The story is on page 4 of Daily Sun. And for more continuation of these stories, log on to the website www.thesun.ng. And on our menu, the next one is Vanguard. Vanguard says petrol price up third time in 60 days as crude price drops. Petrol price up third time in 60 days as crude price drops. Sells in Lagos for 1,025 naira per litre, 1,060 naira in Abuja. Experts react. Revolt against petrol pump increases. CSO urges Nigerians. Tinubu Dangote asks stakeholders in oil industry to stop reliance on importation. Riders to that headline story, petrol price up third time in 60 days as crude price drops. Bandits take over military camp in Niger. Biden supports Nigeria's quest for UN Security Council seat. Thanks Tinubu for freeing Benin's executive. Rest probe Ikweche over assault on boat driver. And in sports, Wafu under 20 Cup, Nigeria-Ghana rekindle rivalry as Flying Eagles battle Black Satellites in final. That takes us to the stories above the masthead of Vanguard. NPA horse container release at Apapa port due to severe congestion. Federal government yet to reach out to us, says striking varsity unions as Unilorin, UNN, others join strike. Government, media must unite to move Nigeria forward from VP Shettima. With that, we conclude front headline stories review on Vanguard. For more, log on to the website as we move to the next paper on our menu, and that is THISDAY. THISDAY says with Naira for crude, Tinubu promises more stability. Dangote refinery has over 500 million liters of fuel in reserve. Again, National Oil Company raises pump price of petrol. And above that, on Icon, to fix Nigeria's challenges, northern elite must fix region's problems. On Icon, to fix Nigeria's challenges, northern elite must fix region's problems. The Catholic Archbishop Archdiocese of Abuja, Cardinal John Onayekon, has challenged the northern elite to face the economic, political, and security crisis in the region as a way of facing the country's problems. Onayekon, who spoke yesterday in Abuja when the League of Northern Democrats, LND, led by former governor of Kano State, Senator Ibrahim Shekara, repaid him a courtesy visit. And above that, rebranded Observer newspapers, we are building on achievements of founding fathers, says Obaseki, the governor of Edo State. Rebranded Observer newspapers, we are building on achievements of founding fathers, says Obaseki. The story is on page 6 of THISDAY. That takes us to the stories above the masthead. In 30-minute phone call, Tinubu, Biden seek to deepen partnership in U.S.-Nigeria relations. U.S. President backed Nigeria's case for UN Security Council seat. Thanks Tinubu for releasing Benin's Gambaya. TCN targets Sunday to restore power to North, says insecurity hindering efforts. That concludes review of front headline stories on THISDAY today. For more, log on to the website of THISDAY, www.thisdaylive.com. From THISDAY, we move over to the last paper on our menu this Wednesday, and that is The Guardian. The Guardian's main headline story is different from other previous papers before it. State's poor IGRO raises fiscal sustainability concerns. States poor IGR, that is internal generated revenue, raises fiscal sustainability concerns. And underneath that, we have illustrations. We have a map of Nigeria. Well, it's titled States IGR hits 2.43 trillion naira. Citizens grapple with uncertainty. Internally generated revenue by zone in 2023. We have Northwest. Northwest generated 206.22 billion naira in 2023. Meanwhile, Northeast generated 104.25 billion naira. That is Northeast. North Central, where you have Abuja, Kaduna, Jos, Benue, and Nasarawa and environs, generated 387.65 billion naira in 2023. The Southwest generated 1.12 trillion naira in 2023. South generated 468.74 billion naira, while the Southeast generated 142.95 billion naira. All this came from MBS and Budget, and these figures are for last year, 2023. And just beside it, we have 32 states depend on FAC for 55% revenue, 14 others for 70%. Lagos has 815.86 billion naira, FCT 211.10 billion naira, Rivers 195.41 billion naira, Ogun 146.88 billion, Delta 114.09 billion naira, Edo 64.67 billion naira, 62.49 billion naira from Kaduna, 59.64 billion naira from Kwara, Oyo 52.75 billion naira, Akwa Ibom 43.18 billion naira, Ondo 41.50 billion naira, Kano 37.38 billion naira, Enugu 33.86 billion naira, Anambra 33.46 billion naira, Ekiti 32.10 billion naira, 31.56 billion naira coming from Cross River, while Ebonyi has 30.84 billion naira, Bauchi 30.58 billion naira, Osun 27.93 billion naira, Jigawa 27.54 billion naira, 26.96 billion naira coming from Katsina, while Kogi has 26.78 billion naira, Plateau 25.84 billion naira, Nasarawa 23.49 billion naira, Abia 23.73 billion naira, Zamfara 22.16 billion naira, 21.68 billion naira coming from Niger, while Imo has 21.05 billion, Bayelsa 19.82 billion naira, Borno 19.45 billion naira, Benue 19.12 billion naira, Sokoto 17.96 billion naira, Adamawa 17.07 billion naira, Gombe 15.18 billion naira, Kebbi 11.74 billion naira, Yobe 11.19 billion naira, and Taraba 10.87 billion naira. These are healthcare spending lags as states allocate 2.33 trillion naira, spend only 58%. These are tables and illustrations beneath the headline story today on The Guardian. States poor IGR raises fiscal sustainability concerns, and the story runs on page 6 of the paper. Underneath, Reps query permanent secretary over 1.4 billion naira abandoned road project. Documentation stores ministerial nominee screening. Naira for crude, Tinubu seeks stakeholders' understanding as fuel price rises. Petrol consumption hovers at 50 million liters/day amid deregulation smuggling. Telcos losing billions of naira to vandalism as NCC audit shows subscription shortfall. Federal government seeks regional cooperation against more arms IED threats. Stakeholders urge caution review of tax bill for consensus. Nigeria-US set up early warning situation room for conflict resolution. The story runs on page 7 of The Guardian. And with that, we also come to the end of review of The Guardian front headline stories today, Wednesday, October 30, 2024. For more, log on to the website of Vanguard, www.vanguard.com. Guardian.ng. And with that, also, we've come to the end of today's Inside Nigeria, your midweek edition of the show. Same time, same station for tomorrow, another fresh edition. My name is Winifred Ogwebo. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last word